Hi, so Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're very well. It is 10 to 8 Friday morning, and I've only got about 2 hours to find a trade, which you'd think, oh, that should be okay, which in any normal circumstances it might be, but bearing in mind, I've just switched to an hourly chart here, and the ugliness that we had yesterday, big sell-off here in the euro yesterday afternoon, and so as you can see, all it's been doing is going sideways since then, and we've seen it pretty much across the board. Not quite as bad on some of the other markets, but similar falls. And so what it's done is it's put them all in skewed shape, so to speak, when it comes to looking at trying to find trades this morning, because they're all sitting now against resistance and their momentum's facing one way, trend the other, and stuff like that. So at the moment I'm a little bit stuck. Like I said, I've only got 2 hours to try and find a trade, because then I've got to head off into London. So we shall see. I shall press pause. There's one market that I am watching, and that is the dollar CAD. But again, that one obviously moved to the upside, and now it's a little bit skewed. But there's a tiny little pattern that we may be able to do something with. So we'll see if it sets up. But other than that, I shall press pause for now. Shh, let's not wake these markets up. Okay, so what I've spotted here is the euro dollar has hit its hourly 21 MA. So actually, it's not showing as being hit on telecharts here, but I assure you it has been on my other charts. And it's just what are we at, 5 to 8 right now. So I'm actually going to look to short this. It's a really low risk trade actually, because I'm going to keep it so tight. So we've come into the bands here, and having hit it on my e-signal charts off screen, and if we then come back up to the upper band, I shall short it there. I'll put a stop just above there, and we'll just see. If I get stopped out, it'll only be for a few pips, but if I don't, then the risk reward's pretty good. So we'll see if it can then, if it rolls over a little bit. So I think that's the play I'm gonna have a look at here. The trend is down on the hourly and 4 hourly charts. We've hit those levels. We've got negative momentum on the 4 hourly charts, positive momentum on the hourly charts today. So it's one that I wouldn't normally go with, but it's a different circumstance because of this trend and the heavy trend that happened yesterday. So we've still got that negative momentum, like I say, on the 4 hourly chart. So I'm going to keep it very tight here, because I could be completely wrong and it just then blasts up and actually has quite a good run. So hence why I can see the potential just to put the trade on with a very tight risk. So I'll press pause for a sec. Okay, so this trade could be over very quickly when after I get into this, so we'll soon see. So coming up to the upper band, it's going to have about a 3 or 4 pip stop by looks of things. So and I'll get 4 or 5 units in if I can. Like I said in last week's video, I think it was last week's video, I was talking about going and starting putting 5 units in now. So we'll see if we can get this in. And now I've pressed record. It's sort of dithering, but we're just about coming up. So we've got about 30 seconds to go to 8 AM. So we should have a little bit of a flurry of activity at that point. And I'm either very quickly going to get stopped out, or maybe it'll work out, or maybe I won't even get in. So I'm just waiting to see if we can just hit the upper band. Actually, if we get back up to 15, I might just take that, because it's only a 4 pip stop from there. So let's see if we can get it. So on 14 there. So it's on 15. 15 on the ask. I just want to see if we can get to 15 on the. There we go. Oh, it's 14.4. Let's see if I can get a couple in. There we go. 15. And so I've got 2 in so far. Still want to get the good price, so I'm going to quickly, while I'm waiting there, there we go, 15 point. Take your mouse off the screen, away from the screen for just a few seconds. I was about to just get my stops in. Okay, I think that's my 5 units. So I'm flat on the account at the moment, so let's bring that across. So here's all the outside of this trade, obviously. So I'm just going to quickly get these stops in before something goes wrong. And it comes flying up against me, so I've got to quickly do this. 112, 185 would be just above the high. 112, 185. It's moving down a little bit, but we'll see. 112, 185. This is the one thing that you on 12.185 you can't. I mean, you're trying to get all your stops in, and if it was moving against me, that's when 112.185. That could always potentially be problematic if you're getting your stops in and it's moving against you. But anyway, let's move that across out of the way for a minute. So we just had that reaction off of that upper band. Now, like I said, because of that hourly 21. Oops, that's a 6-day chart, Charlie. Right, here we go. So even on telecharts now, it's showing us being hit. So I'm just looking to see if we can have, like I said, a bit of a reaction down, and we'll see. But that stops in play. But it's very early days at the moment. I'll trade it a bit aggressively this morning because I've got to be, as far as time's concerned, not going to have a lot of time. So if we can get down to this yellow line here, the 200, then I'll take something off and just try and treat it as okay, we're going to have to do it that way. The risk to reward, remember, I had about a 3 pip or so, 3.5 pip stop. So as soon as I'm down to here, my risk to reward is pretty good. So if it can get down there now, we'll just have to see. So that'll then pay for the trade, so to speak, if we could get down there, and by me taking a couple of units off and then just seeing if I could run the rest and progressively just take bits off, as it comes down, or if it came down. So for now, it may just be about to still do a reversal and go back up higher yet. So I'm about to press pause, but we'll just see whilst it's just playing around here. If we flurry down a little bit, then that would be useful down to this zone. Here we go. So very close here. Just watching it off screen as well. It's coming down. There we go. Right, let's take that one off, and I'm going to quickly take another one off screen. So I've taken 2 units off. So let me bring up the account. Now remember, I was risking 3 pips, and I've just managed to get those 2 units off there, which were from the entries. Well, one was about 10 pips, and the other one was just about 9 or 8 or 9 pips. So it's risk to reward is effectively almost, it feels like scalping, but the risk to reward was good on the trade. So what I'll do now is I'll move my stops down, so whatever happens I can't lose on the trade. Let's just do that, and then we're just going to see if we can ride this a little bit. If it can come down a little bit more. If it comes down to those lows, I'll take another one off. So let's just quickly get another ticket off. So if it comes down to these lows here, I'll take another one off, and then we'll progressively just taking some units off. It's just the way it's going to have to be this morning because of the lack of time. Even though it's only 8:03, I know what it's like, and very quickly I may not find another opportunity. So let's just see if we can push down into this zone. I'll take another unit off down there if we can get down there, and then I'll adjust those stops. So let's see, is it going to give me just an extra pip or two just down to there, or not? In the meantime, right, okay, while I'm waiting then, I'll try and keep my eye on it while I'm adjusting my stops off screen. So I'm just going to adjust those stops down so that whatever happens, I'm moving to 16, and so that whatever happens I can't lose. And look, we're nearly there. There we go. So let's take that one off. I'm just moving my stops down to 16, so whatever happens there is a profit now. So let's actually bring this up. Obviously this is a trade that's happened very quickly this morning. So the risk reward, like I said, has been good. I've not taken a lot in pips terms today, but the risk was so small. As we saw, I was in at 15s. I think one of them was 14, was it? No. Oh yeah, 14 up here. But all the rest were in 15s, and my stop was at 18.5. So it was a 3.5 pip stop to 4 pips by the time I'd got stopped out. So relative to the stops, the reward was fine, but it feels quite small there. But anyway, so what I'm looking at is just the potential, and I don't know if it's going to. What could be happening here is that I'm just got a little bit lucky because we're having that reaction to that 21 on the hourly, because what it's already done is it's come down to my lower bands, as you can see there on this hourly chart. So it's just ping-ponging between these bands, hence why I've been aggressive in taking profits off, because what it could be doing is overall just carry on ping-ponging and is actually still going to work its way higher. Like I said earlier on, the hourly chart does have positive momentum, even though the 4 hourly doesn't. So I've gone with that overall trend and the 4 hourly chart there this morning, and so it's just a case of saying, okay, well, what's going to happen? Can it come down and retest those lows from yesterday? That's what I'd love to see with the final units, of course, and that's down at 111, sort of in the upper 80s. So if we can come down to that zone, then great. So for now, I don't really need to do anything. Actually, I'll move my stop down to 15 actually now, and so I had it at 16. So whatever happens, at least this trade's going to be done, so to speak. So it's just a case of seeing if we can get down into the sub 112s, into the low 111.90s, then that would probably do it, because it would just spike close down there. So anyway, I shall press stop and come back to this. Okay, just back, because obviously we can see we're coming down a little bit more now. So as we've come in round to the round number, I'm wondering whether to take another unit off here at as we're around the round number. So I'm going to close another unit off, and then it leaves me with 1 unit left now. I'm just trying to get this video done this morning a little bit, so as it's come down fairly quickly for me, and my risk reward is good at whatever level. So we'll still see if we can get down into that, like I said, those upper 80s, low 90s. If we can do that, then I'll take that final unit off down there. So here it comes now, maybe. So it's a C. No, it's bouncing again. So there you go. So we've come around to the round number, so it's always possible that we bounce a bit there. So taking that one final unit, or second to last unit off, and we'll just see what happens with the final one. So okay, we'll see if we can get another 10 pips or whatever out of this move. And there's not really much more to do now, so the stop is at just beyond break even. I've put it at 14 now, and we'll just see if we get this breakdown. I'm trying to make my omelette. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. So look at this as the euros comes all the way back. It's nearly hit my stop. I don't think it's not quite stopped me out yet. My stop's at 14. And this is why, like I said, I've been aggressive in taking the profits. Let's do a recap there on the hourly chart, because we've just been ping-ponging between the bands here. So of course I'd like to see it rolled down, but that's why I've taken the majority of those profits off. But because it could go either way today, so I've managed to be able to, on a risk-reward basis, have a good risk-reward trade. But the potential is that this thing still wants to do maybe a bigger retracement, but because we were into that hourly 21, I knew that we should have some sort of reaction from that, and the way that we were playing around with the bands on the 5-minute charts, then it was just a case of we'd come inside the bands, then looking for us to retest the bands from inside like we did, and then it just fell away, didn't we? So it was fortunate this morning, but it's that sort of thing that I do all of the time when I'm looking at these sort of trades, just that they don't always power off straight away like that one in the space of 5 minutes. So we shall see what happens with this final portion. It's interesting actually, because I'm just looking, the euro's sort of holding there, and I'm just looking off screen. I can see the pound is actually staying low. So how can you fathom that one out? I think there's GDP figures out a bit later, about 9:30 this morning on the pound, so that's probably why it's maybe moving a bit more. But we'll see what happens with this euro dollar. Haven't quite been stopped yet. Let's bring up the account. I think what will happen is if I were to get stopped, then it looks like it'll be about a £300 profit if I do get stopped out, which is okay for an early trade. If it obviously rolls over, then it'll be more likely £400 or so. Or $600, whatever it'll be. So we shall see. I shall press pause for now and be back as and when this trade completes. Okay, so just back. So as we can see, obviously the euro has come back up, and so it has now stopped me out on that. So it was the right thing to do to get banking on this occasion. So it's just a case of reading the markets and trying to ascertain what they're trying to do. And sometimes you look at a trade and you want to just try and run the whole lot, and other times you know that you've got to just take take a load, your positions off, just get to a final fifth of your position and just see if that one runs. And that's exactly what happened there today. So it was fairly fast fired this morning. So it was banked what, $462 or £300 there on those positions. So that's me done, and I've now got to head off to London. So it's quite handy that I was a bit concerned when I first logged in this morning. I was thinking I don't know whether if I'm going to get the time to find a trade, but fortunately the euro helped us out a little bit there. So maybe it's going to do a little bit of reversal. It's got a daily pivot up above, quite a bit higher up at 112.53. Currently at 112.16, but it's got a lot of work to do. I think the interesting ones this morning is going to be the pound. We've got GDP figures coming out, and if we go to the pound, it's just coming down at the moment, so it's coming back down. All it's doing is coming back down to retest its lows from yesterday. That's all it's doing, into that zone at the moment. So we'll see what happens with that one. Anyway, I better stop rabbiting on. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll be back in touch. Actually, won't be back in touch on Monday because we're away doing a live trading course Monday and Tuesday. Back in touch on Friday.